Yesterday in Chicago, but it's still pretty darn cold. To be expected, I guess, for December football at Soldier Field.
Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one, as it'll be the Detroit Lions taking on the Chicago Bears.
Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14.
From the end zone, here comes Williams.
Unable to corral him. He fights through.
And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. Hooker to throw right away. That throw taken in by Jameson Williams.
And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. A good safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
First run of the game for Jahmyr Gibbs, the Alabama product.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Excellent play there on third down. Give him 25 yards.
Oh, that's a big let off there on third down because you've got to account for the running back coming out of the backfield. They didn't, and they got burned, not just for a first down, but for big yardage as well.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Looking to throw, Hooker.
The football.
We always hear a lot of veterans on the defensive side of the football. They talk about smelling blood in the water, putting pressure on a rookie. They got to him there to force it free, but couldn't recover it.
Then you mentioned the pressure. Rookie quarterback, you're going to bring more pressure at him at all times because you don't.
The guy's man complete.
Open man, and he's got Williams. Touchdown, Lions.
Touchdown, Detroit.
A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year.
And the Lions will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Riley Patterson now for the extra point.
It's up, it's good, and the Lions lead 7-0.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. Velus Jones now from his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 18. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
Oh, the first play of the game going to be intercepted.
It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone, and he will take this down to the 10-yard line.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
The drive will start with an option going left. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And this is picked up by the Bears. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35. And they had just picked it off to get the football. They fumble it right back. I looked over to both sidelines. A lot of scrambling to find the helmets.
Yeah, you can almost, you know both sides are screaming sudden change. Because when sudden change happens, that's a defensive call to get back out on the field. There's been a fumble, so an interception, some type of a turnover. You've got to get back out there and play. These guys just want to get to the bench and gather themselves and regroup a little bit. Let's see if these offenses can settle in and start taking care of the ball a little bit better.
And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Now this defense for the Lions, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
Only a yard on the pickup, so from a good situation on 2nd and 2, it's now 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll run with Herbert.
Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice...
And sneak attack. They're going to run for it. And he's not going to get to the marker. And that's a turnover on downs. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool them. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. A good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line.
They'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
They go play action. Here's Hooker. Now, a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level, and sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
The improv act, they're good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1.
Gibbs will try and pick it up.
And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well.
And that's why you spend a first-round draft pick on a running back. Not for just the fancy runs, but these dirty, gritty 3rd and 1s, 3rd and 2s. That's why you draft him.
Going back to Gibbs on first down.
He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On 2nd down, here's Gibbs.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
Throwing. Hooker. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Here's Hooker to throw it. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. DeMarcus Walker able to collapse the pocket, get to him, and drop him for a loss of a yard.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Hooker's going to throw it.
And that is incomplete.
Because they needed to come through the completion there. Now drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
Now back with the Lions. Here's Riley Patterson on for the field goal. Patterson Patterson's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
So after the made field goal, 10-0 here early as the kick's away. Oh, the return is Jones from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they, of course, coming into this one in the midst of a tough losing streak. They did get helped out by the open week last week, and in talking with him, all indications were, Charles, that was a very helpful break.
Yeah, I know a lot of teams, coaches, they hate taking time off in the midst of a losing streak because they think they have to stay on their toes.
Back in Chicago, ready for the second quarter. It's the Bears in possession. Ball on the 27. Here's second and a couple. As they've got it as we resume action. Oh, his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Jack Campbell with a pick. And he'll take this back down inside the 20. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal. A perfect example right there, Charles, of why they love this rookie runner.
And think about how the NFL and the college games are meshing together more and more. You don't have to go to the NFL and learn a new set of skills. What you did in college often makes you ready for the NFL.
And he is going to go down back at the 11-yard line. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
Now Hooker. Open man, and he's got Williams. Touchdown, Lions. A great play there. With his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Lions are able to add on to that lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
Jones on the return. The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
I know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy. What do you think, Brandon? I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Moore, the man in motion. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That is incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air.
That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. And their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Hand off to Gibbs, headed right here.
And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40.
46 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Setting up the screen. This is Gibbs.
Powering his way forward. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Rookie quarterback, rookie running back. They team up there to pick up the first.
Hooker. They'll let this go deep for St. Brown.
And he's got it inside the 10. And in for the Lions touchdown.
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
49 yards.
And the Lions are able to add on to their first half lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And a rout is on here in this first half.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. On the return is Jones from the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores. And I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the...
Oh, Fields is intercepted for a 3rd time.
Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
The give, right side for Gibbs.
Down the numbers. There he goes. Touchdown, Detroit.
Jahmyr Gibbs with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And a rout is on here in this first half.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the 4th quarter, but you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after you... Fields hit and the ball is loose.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. To throw is Fields.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
Now a give to Gibbs, running left.
And now the rookie's free. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown.
Jahmyr Gibbs
with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Lions have got it on cruise control. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And the route is on here in this first half.
Riley Patterson, the kickoff for the Lions.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. Oh, the return is Jones from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Here we go. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Off play action, Fields. That'll be caught by Foreman.
There he goes, left side. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Another big gainer, 2 in succession as this one goes for 32. Fields on first down. Over the middle, and that's caught by Kmet. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
First down and 10 yards to go.
They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Here's Fields.
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
Multiple players getting home there, and it's a loss of 2 on the sack. So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Picked up by Cameron Sutton. A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock.
A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break.
Bears nothing.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second half. Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
The first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Herbert. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. It's another first down as they bite off 23 more on that one.
What I continually hear from running backs and offensive linemen is how often they're actually getting together to watch film so they can get in sync with each other, understand blocking patterns better, how a running back likes to cut, what he wants to do. And, boy, it all came together on that one.
That's one where they watch it and say, hey, we did everything we were supposed to do right there.
That looked like the play we drew up and designed. And then we got to see it unfold in real time.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Play action. It's Fields. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 4th down. They snap it to Fields. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. 4th down, no problem. 19 yards that time, and now it's 1st and 10. A shotgun snap, Fields. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Cameron Sutton. And the Lions are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Hooker on first down. Got St. Brown running the quick slant here. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Gibbs straight ahead. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. These two teams, they met at Ford Field earlier this season with the Lions winning that ball game. So they're looking for the series sweep here in Chicago. 2nd down, and they go back to Gibbs. Sheds off the tackle, and he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Well, I guess that's one way to slow him down, try to grab him by the face mask.
Well, nothing else seems to have worked because he certainly had his way running the football in this one.
Hooker now on first down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Now this is going to be a quarterback draw. Now the ball comes loose. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumble recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
Eluding the pressure right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. And that'll bring up 4th down on the big sack with a loss of 5.
And it's 4th down.
Patterson's kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, the only silver lining on the other sideline, CD, is that they kept him out of the end zone, but still, that's another 3 points added on to this large lead.
Yeah, no shortage of scoring or big plays on defense in this one. And even up by 4 possessions, still finding ways to create opportunities and capitalize with points.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
62 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Herbert once more.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Now Fields. He hits Mooney going across the middle. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 26. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first. A lot of ground left to make up, obviously. A lopsided contest, and we're already in the third quarter. And they won't get it all back in one play or one drive. That's cliche, but it's true, Charles. If they can just maybe get plays like that and get a little momentum built, they can get the scoreboard a little closer.
And can you add some blinders to the cliche, meaning keep these guys from looking at the scoreboard, because that doesn't help them at all right now. Their focus needs to be on finishing every drive with points and playing mistake-free football from here on out.
And now here's another interception.
Jack Campbell with a pick. And the Lions are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he'd won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks. And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Right back to him on first down. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds.
Well, trailing here in the fourth quarter, and that personal foul, that only adds to the hole that they're currently standing in.
Yeah, absolutely a bad job of just losing your cool and letting your anger take over. Mistakes like that, not going to help.
There's Laporta. He's got it. Touchdown, Lions. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Lions add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. Oh, the return is Jones from the end zone. And not a good return here at all, as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this fourth quarter. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. 78 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
On first down, it's Fields. Throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 14 yards into Chicago, first down.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Fields going to change things up here. And we've got movement. I think this is against the Bears here. Let's find out. The false start backs him up 5. First and 15. Fields. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Kirby Joseph. And the Lions are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves him with third down and just a yard to go.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Here comes the Lions punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5, and the Bears take over.
Their own 16-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
The Bears on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll set up the screen to Herbert. Room past the 35.
And he's going to get this to the 40-yard line. A little surprise pays off on 3rd and 1. Pass instead of run. Gets him 15 yards.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Now a first down throw. Fields.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Offenses all over continue to be aggressive, and most people never turn down a shot at a deep ball. But oftentimes it attracts a little bit of extra attention, and it did on that play, and that one got knocked away.
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down.
Aiden Hutchinson in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down.
Now it's Fields.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Looks like they're going to keep throwing to the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
4th down. Fields has to have this one. That is caught. And he is going to have the Bears first down. And they convert in style right there. A big play on 4th and long.
No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
First and 10 at the
So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10. Now Fields. That is caught by Herbert. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Here's Fields. They'll set up the screen for Herbert. And he is going to lose yardage here. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. So after a rare misstep on this drive, they'll try to make amends on 2nd and 15. Fields now to throw. That's complete to his running back, Herbert. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards. Now right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, these guys are not going to go out with their tails between their legs. They're going to keep taking their shots until the clock's at 000. But that one, like a lot of others, winds up incomplete.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down.
Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing.
Pick it up. You're embarrassing us.
And they take a knee. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Never leave the house without the pack. Where my at? Take an L and try to double back. We ain't doing that. Say she mad, but I know it's cap. I've been through with that. Need someone to hype.
Can I talk my?
Come on,
That other side.
the Oakley way.
Hey,
C5.
can't nobody do me like I do me. And I don't care to be nobody else, cause I'm you. Why would I hold him out for ransom when my scope like
Richard Branson. Since the basement making anthems over seasons with the man in black is seasoned with my Panthers. Pretty girls, you think I'm handsome, just coasting through these mantras. I'm not bossing, I'm advancing. Keep it moving, tryna be on before below. Wanna be intimate with soul, explore this war before I go. And that's some hours in my feng shui. Now it's like work.